5 steps every skater must do before stepping onto the ice. Hi, I'm Patti Larkin from Skate Talk by Patti. Well, the very first step actually starts with the last time you skated, when you take off your skates. Make sure that you open up the laces and open up the tongue as well, and let the air get into the skate as much as possible. You want to dry out the inside as well as the outside of the skate. So you want to take a towel, dry off the blade, the bottom of the boot, and anywhere around the outside of the boot as well, so you make sure you take off any condensation. You can put your soakers on and then put your skates into the bag. Now, when you get home, take your skates out of your bag, take your soakers off, and air out your equipment in an open ventilated room for maybe 3 hours or 2 or 3 hours, or until your skates are completely dry. Now, before you put your skates back into your bag, check to make sure that the laces are secure. If you haven't changed your laces in a while, this is the time to change your laces, and to check to make sure that your screws on the bottoms of your boots are nice and secure. Now, you don't have to do this every time you skate, but make a habit to check it from time to time. Now, another good suggestion is to restock your rinkside bag, and that's the bag you bring onto the ice every time you practice. So this is where you keep your water bottle, your tissues, your music. So check what you need and restock it at this point so you're ready to go the next time you skate. Now, when you're at the rink, all skaters, no matter what level, need some form of warm-up. Most skaters just try to jump out of the car, get into the rink, put their skates on, and then get onto the ice. But this warm-up is so important because it prepares our body for practice. So you want to make sure you wear good athletic shoes to the rink. And you can warm up by doing some things like jump rope, jumping jacks, and even running in place just for a few minutes. You want to get the blood pumping and your heart warmed up and get your muscles warmed up. Speaking about muscles warmed up, you may also want to do a little bit of a foam rolling session just for a few minutes. And those are foam rolling some of the bigger muscles of your body to let them know that it's time to perform. And dynamic stretches are also a good idea. Now, this isn't an exercise video, and you can ask your coach or a professional what would work for you. But what dynamic stretches are stretches that require movement, or stretches that are less than 30 seconds. You're not trying to lengthen the muscle, but again, this is just part of the warming up process. Let's talk about the ankle and the foot, because it's so overlooked even in the warm-up session. So make sure you don't forget about your ankle and your foot. And these are just some suggestions. There's plenty of other exercises you can do, but if you want to stand up or sit down, but this is a really good exercise standing, is to stand and you can lift and lower your arches. Now, you may want to do this without your shoes on. So what you're going to do is try to press onto the outside of your foot and then bring it back down again. And what you're doing is you're warming up the muscles that are on the inside and the outside of your ankles. The other good exercises are toe and heel rocker, and you can do this with or without your shoes on. And you're going to roll up onto the top of your toes, and then you're going to come back down and roll up on your heels. So you're going to lift up your toes, and you're going to continue this rocker motion for 8 or 10 times, or until you feel like the front and the back of your legs are warmed up. You can also do some walking with it as well. So some people like to do toe walks or heel walks as well. Those will work as well, just as well too. Calf stretches, again, don't forget about your calf on each leg, but just do some stretching for less than 30 seconds. You want to do these with your knees straight and then with your knees bent. Now, the bottom of the foot has thousands of nerve endings, and it's so sensitive. It actually creates a communication between the bottom of the foot and to your brain. So we don't want to forget about warming up the bottom of the foot. This is also important because there's many muscles, there's nerves and fascia and ligaments that make up the foot. And so by activating the foot as well, before you put your foot into your skate, will help prevent your foot from getting cramped up and also, again, get it ready for performance. You can also get one of the very inexpensive massage balls and you can put it on the floor. You can do this sitting and you want to roll the soft tissue of the bottom of your foot. This is not a very aggressive massage, but just a gentle one to activate those muscles in the tissue at the bottom of your foot. The other thing you can do is something called a short foot, which is very similar to the calf exercises, where you're just, again, going to lift and lower your arches, just like you're on the inside or outside edges, just to kind of tell your body we're going to be on our edges a lot this next session or so. And the last thing you can do, which goes all the way down to the toes, is something called toe yoga. Now, toe yoga, you can be also incorporated into your off-ice practice routine, but you may want to do a few of these exercises right before you put your skate on. And what you want to do is kind of splay your toes and bring them back. You can also try holding your big toe down and lifting the smaller toes and then reverse it. And you're going to keep doing these exercises, and this will absolutely get your toes warmed up. And if you can kind of do them one at a time, that's even better. Really separate those toes and get those muscles warmed up. Now it's time to put your skates on, but you don't want to rush this process at all. Take your time and put your skates on. Now they're already opened, ready for you to put your foot in, but what you want to do is ensure that you lace the left and the right evenly, that they feel even and they're well secure. So I suggest get your skates laced up, make sure you have your skate guards on, and walk around a little bit to see if they feel even and they feel correctly laced. So you feel like the one is not tighter than the other, nor has one of the laces come across undone with the hook. That happens often. You'll see skaters get on the ice, and after a couple of rounds or stroking, they'll come off the ice because they rush the process of lacing their skates. And that's a waste of valuable skating time. So bend your ankles, make sure that the laces stay secure. And if they're not feeling quite right, this is the time to relace your skates to make sure that they're perfect for you. And the last step is to grab your rinkside bag, make sure you have everything in it that you'd like to bring out the ice, to bring on the ice with you, and secure your belongings either in a locker or give it to somebody who can secure it for you. That way you're not worried about your belongings while you're practicing. And of course, last but not least, don't forget to take your skate guards off before you step on the ice. Now, in our next article and video, we'll be talking to the parents about the tips and tricks to tell whether your child is going to outgrow their skates. Thank you very much.